testing. Oh, it is there? Going to lean into this. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2025 School of Music Awards Convocation. As we like to say when working with kids, music first. Take it away.
is Dave Stringham. I have the privilege of serving as Dean for Fredonia's Music, Theater, and Dance programs. I want to welcome all of you to Roush Recital Hall today, both those of you who are here in the room and those who, thanks to John Caruso and our sound recording technology student team, are joining us via live stream. It's a Fredonia tradition for us to come together on the final day of classes for this convocation ceremony. While a ceremonial gathering such as this can skeptically be viewed as a formal exercise lacking power or influence, it can also be seen as an opportunity. It holds space for us to gather, reflect, celebrate, and be encouraged by our colleagues' achievements. I hope it's that latter lens through which you'll take in today's events. In that spirit, reflecting on this academic year, there's been much cause for celebration and encouragement here at Fredonia. We've enjoyed more than 450 performing arts events, interacted with visiting scholars and artists. We've led successful recruitment efforts that will bring more than 150 incoming music students to Fredonia this fall. We've collaborated with Fredonia College Foundation to offer music students, such as those in this room, more than $200,000 in scholarships this year alone. And just announced yesterday, our recognition in Downbeat's 48th Annual Student Music Awards, our 5th and 6th awards in just 7 years, including recognition of 2024 Fredonia Music Education alumnus Matt Incontro, with a Soloist Award, a Fredonia first. This afternoon, we're focusing our celebration on individuals, some of whom have been here for just a few years, and others who have been part of our community for many. We recognize outstanding achievements within our student body, faculty and staff members who have served our students and their colleagues with distinction, and generous donors who are committed to facilitating student success. We have several individuals to thank for organizing today's gathering: Dr. Rob Deemer, Dr. Angela Haas, Dr. Chris O'Malley, and their intrepid leader, Dr. Rick Webb, served as convocation organizers. Mark Levy, our operations manager, Jen Darrell Sturbach, our community relations associate, and administrative assistants Amber Abbey and Kelly Sakolowski, all of whom masterfully facilitated the various experiences that you're going to enjoy this afternoon. And speaking of enjoyment, let's please thank Angelo, Sam, Mays, and Grady for their performance that just opened our time together. Finally, we're grateful for the support of house managers Parker Coble-Furr, Taylor Rakovic, and Caitlin Tully. Please join me in thanking all of these individuals for their contributions. I have the opportunity to present 2 awards this afternoon, the first of which is the Mel and Betty Unger Service Award, created by former School of Music Director Dr. Roman Unger and his wife Betty, to recognize a staff or faculty member for exceptional service. As you're about to hear, this year's recipient, Administrative Assistant Amberly Abbey, epitomizes this quality. She's known as a colleague who takes on any project that needs to be done, is a friendly face in the office, and has a wonderful rapport with everyone she meets. And we're honored to have Amber's husband, daughter, and parents here with us today to celebrate her achievement. One nominator, who acknowledged assistance from ChatGPT, wrote this about Amber. No, really, they did. Amber's 3-year impact on our community is both profound and lasting. Amber is the first person visitors encounter when they walk through our doors, and there could not be a more perfect ambassador. With a warm smile and an unshakably positive attitude, she greets prospective students and their families, making them instantly feel welcome and at home. For many, their first impression of our institution is shaped by Amber, and it's always a good one. But Amber's contributions go far beyond the front desk. She is, without exaggeration, the go-to person for students, faculty, and staff alike. Whether someone needs directions, answers to administrative questions, or simply a moment of understanding, Amber is there, dependable, compassionate, and calm under pressure. She counsels students with empathy and maturity, and supports our faculty and staff with unwavering kindness and professionalism. Her desk is not only a hub of information, but also a spot of joy, complete with a bowl of sweet treats, cheerful decorations, and on special occasions, a generous helping of celebratory confetti. People may or may not have also had balloons in their office on big days. Amber also helps organize birthday celebrations for faculty and staff, making everyone feel seen and appreciated. Her thoughtful attention to these small but meaningful details reflects her deep care for our community. Another nominator wrote, Amber wears many hats around here beyond administrative assistant. She's our treat fairy, always leaving a bowl of good chocolates for us, our chaos coordinator, keeping everything and everyone on track, our rescue ninja, swooping in when we lock ourselves out of our offices or panic over lost belongings, our therapist, always ready to listen when someone's having a tough day, and the list goes on and on. She's basically a miracle worker for all of us in Mason Hall. Amber somehow manages to make each person feel seen, heard, and valued. When things feel offbeat or out of tune, Amber is the one who holds us together with her ever-patient heart. She orchestrates Mason harmony behind the scenes and keeps us running at the right tempo, and she deserves a standing ovation from all of us. So, please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Mel and Betty Younger Service Award, Ms. Amberly Abbey. True to form, I asked Amber if she wanted to say a few words, and she said, no. The second award I have the honor of presenting today is the Pommet Faculty Recognition Award. This award is given in memory of Vivian Robe and Catherine Lane, a 1933 graduate of Fredonia, recognizing a music faculty member for their service and contributions. This year's recipient is Professor Ji-Young Kim Mai. One of Professor Mai's nominators for this award wrote, "She works tirelessly," and tirelessly was in caps. Although, in actuality, she's beyond exhausted and just keeps going. Mostly behind the scenes for a thankless job that is critical for all of our students. She embodies the inclusive, student-centered philosophy of Fredonia, is fully dedicated to giving her students the best possible experience, regardless of financial and administrative support, and makes extraordinary personal sacrifices for the good of her students. She's involved with the community, is connected with our alumni who love her, and is willing to help wherever it is needed. In addition to teaching at multiple levels of our class piano sequence, Professor Mai coordinates more than 30 sections of class piano offered at Fredonia each semester and facilitates placement exams for incoming students. She's also been a patient, persistent, and articulate partner in advocating for equipment replacement in our class piano labs. In fact, her work with a generous donor, combined with resources from university academic equipment replacement funds, means that many of you who have class piano on your schedule next fall will be learning in a lab filled with brand new equipment. Beyond Mason Hall, Professor Mai serves on SUNY Fredonia's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Presidential Commission and routinely represents Fredonia at the New York State School Music Association Winter Conference, where she engages alumni, in-service music educators, prospective students, and their families with her knowledge about and enthusiasm for Fredonia. I should note that it's not just faculty and staff members who recognize Professor Mai's contributions to the university. When students talk and write about Professor Mai, they use words like dedicated, well-organized, and progress-oriented to describe her as an instructor. She's respected as someone who not only has high standards, but also is understanding and provides aid in learning. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Pommet Faculty Recognition Award, Professor Ji-Young Kim Mai.
Thank you. I just show up every year to cry. Thank you. This is amazing. I didn't expect this at all. I just want to recognize our students. You make this place unforgettable. You are the heartbeat of the school. You are the reason why we want to do better and be better. To our graduating students, you did it. You've, well, let's wait until next week. But you did it. You've earned this moment, and you go out there and be crescendo out in the world. You are the composer of your own story now, so go write something beautiful and be bold and be unapologetically you. Thank you so much.
You come every year to cry. This year you just get to do it on stage in front of all of us. Two richly well-deserved awards. Students, faculty, and staff across our degree programs are fortunate to be tirelessly supported by our broader campus community. We're honored to have two of those campus colleagues here with us today, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Judith Horowitz, and SUNY Fredonia's 14th President, Dr. Stephen H. Collison, Jr. To help me present the President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in Music, please help me give a warm welcome to President Collison. The President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in Music goes to a junior or senior music major who maintains a minimum grade point average of 3.0 and has demonstrated outstanding achievements in music. This year's recipients, yes, we are giving two, are Aaron Meekum and Boaz Meekum. In the words of their violin instructor, Professor Jessica Tong, over the last 4 years, brothers Aaron and Boaz Meekum have demonstrated their great talent, both as violinists and pianists, each pursuing Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Arts degrees with Professor Jessica Tong and Professor Sean Duggan, respectively. In addition to collaborating with every department from performance to composition, they have often served as co-concertmasters of the symphony and chamber orchestras as violinists, and were also winners of the concerto competition as pianists. They were recently both accepted as scholarship students at Oberlin Conservatory, where they will be pursuing master's degrees in historical performance with Professor Edwin Huizinga. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipients of the President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in Music, Aaron Meekum and Boaz Meekum. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the lectern the chair of the Convocation Organizing Committee, Dr. Rick Webb.
A little housekeeping before we start. Depending on the, as we move to the scholarship and award presentations, not every group, the presenter is not going to invite every group onto the stage due to varying sizes of the areas, so listen to the directions very carefully. If your group is asked to come to the stage as you see your name in the program, please enter the stage over here, which is stage left, right? Yes, I know theater. And then you will stand, and your name will be read, and you will come over to the lectern and shake the hand of your presenter, and then return, and then you will leave en masse this side of the stage, which is stage right. Thank you. There will be a test. Let's start off with Dr. Nick Weiser, and welcome to the stage the Jazz Award recipients.
Thank you very much. Dr. Linda Phillips was faculty advisor to the student-led Fredonia Jazz Ensemble for many years, back when it was our only jazz ensemble. Her award is for a full-time student with strong interest in jazz, and I should say strong aptitude in jazz. This year's recipient is Angelo Delaney. And the Monroe Pummett Big Band Award is named for two members of the class of 1933, Maury Pummett and Thomas Monroe. It is presented to a student who has provided significant leadership in Fredonia's jazz program, and I can't think of anyone more fitting. This year's awardee is Mays Drum. Now please welcome to the stage Dr. Christian Bernhardt for the Music Education and Music Therapy Awards.
And I would welcome all of the recipients of Music Education and Music Therapy Awards up to the stage, please. Thank you. So we'll let them stand up here to be seen, and we'll hold our applause until the very end of all of the descriptions of these very nice awards from all of our great donors, and then we will have a thunderous round of applause for everyone all at once. So the first award is the Phyllis Gear Murphy Music Education Scholarship, and it's for an ambitious and promising student who has completed at least 75 credits. This year, the award goes to Blake Goring. The Class of 1953 award is for a graduating senior with proven excellence and great potential as a teacher. This year's award goes to Molly Gibson. Molly's out student teaching right now on the other side of the state. The Lennox Denton Scholarship is for an outstanding student majoring in piano or music education. This awardee is Meredith McIntyre. Margaret Schuyler Wyckoff graduated from Fredonia Normal School in 1930. The recipient of the Wyckoff Scholarship is to be an outstanding student selected by the music education faculty. The awardee this year is Miguel Ovando. The Class of 1958 Friends Forever Scholarship goes to a full-time student in music education who excels and gives back to the School of Music. This year's award goes to Sam Guzzo. The Class of 1965 award rotates between the College of Education and the School of Music. The award is for an outstanding music education major and goes to Ainsley Chekowitz. The Marie Kaufman Yoakum Music Scholarship is designated for an outstanding music education or performance major of upcoming junior standing. This year, it goes to Jordan Canick. The William and Eleanor Stewart Scholarship goes to an excellent music education major. This year's recipient is Gabe Mark. Isn't it fantastic to have so many awards? Yes, we're we're gracious to all of our, and thankful to all of our donors. The Howard Marsh Award is for an outstanding prospective or current music education major who is selected by the music education faculty. This year's award goes to Mia Sorgi. Adelaide Marsh Gadert was a prominent member of the local community and a leader of the League of Women Voters. The Gadert Award for an outstanding musician majoring in music education goes to Maggie Schaefer. The Roberta Guaspari Opus 118 Award goes to a current sophomore string music education major. This year's recipient is Valeria Grazian. And I also have the privilege of sharing music therapy awards. The winner of the Home Bureau and Elizabeth Marsh Awards is chosen by the Scholarship Committee of the New York State Federation of Home Bureaus. The awardee is a music therapy major who maintains a high grade point average and is a leader in the music therapy club and with community service. This year's award goes to Regine Walters. Constance Williford was Fredonia's very first professor of music therapy. The award is for an upper-level music therapy major with a high GPA and who is involved with the music therapy club, attends MTNA conferences, and completes community service. The awardee this year is Shauna Turner. The Harry Milgram David Luderman Graduate Music Therapy Scholarship was established by our previous music therapy professor, Joni Milgram Luderman. The award is for a graduate student in music therapy who has demonstrated scholarly achievement. This year's award will be conferred at a later date. And Kim Mancino, who also taught music therapy at Fredonia for many years, established the Mancino Family Scholarship to help graduate students with their expenses. This year's recipient will be named at a later date. Please join me in a nice round of applause for all of these deserving folks. Now please welcome to the stage Professor Kieran Hanlon up to the podium, and the string area awardees can come up to the stage.
I was just thinking that the chair of the Convocation Committee and our whole stage crew are all violists, so there's probably a joke in there somewhere. So I've got these in order, so we're going to do one at a time and head out as you, right? Maybe not. Okay, we'll do that. Violinist Homer Gerritsen and cellist Louis Richardson were string faculty colleagues for 30 years between the late 1950s and the late 1980s. We are happy to present the Gerritsen-Richardson String Scholarship to Gavin Aquino and Eugene Shunk. The Isaac Stern String Scholarship was established by an anonymous donor after the famed virtuoso was awarded an honorary doctorate here in 1997. This year's award goes to bassist Jared Reinert. The Sid Olshine Award was established by David Howe, a 1975 graduate of Fredonia, and is named for his grandfather, who was a violinist. This year's award for an outstanding string major goes to Jacob McAvaney. The Dr. Robert Hess Violin Scholarship is designed or designated for a violin major with a minimum 3.0 grade point average and selected by the string faculty. The awardee is Krista Kohlberg. And Krista's not here. Krista is here. Well, something happened there. Harry King, for whom our concert hall is named, was a member of the music faculty from 1928 to 1966. The King Scholarship is for an outstanding student majoring in violin conducting or music education, and the winner is Declan LaForest. The Rudolf Schreck Scholarship was established by Helga Hulse, whose gift to the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation goes to a violin major with strong potential for continued growth. The recipient is Adam Nowak. The A.L. Van Kuren Award goes to an outstanding string student who excels musically and academically. This year's recipients are Maya Anna and Isabella Giraldo. Charles Arnold was a member of the string faculty from 1938 to 1978. The Arnold Award is given to a junior or senior string player with musical talent and academic achievement. This year's recipient is Jenna Reppenhagen. George Wirtz, the 10th child of immigrant parents, was the principal basis of the Buffalo Philharmonic in the 1920s. The Wirtz string-based scholarship goes to C.J. Lewis. Now please welcome Dr. Rob Deemer and the composition awardees to the stage.
We having fun yet? All right. Every year, the composition area collaborates with What are you standing way over there? Get over there. Every year, the composition area collaborates with performance faculty members to select the winner of our composition competition. A faculty member subsequently performs the chosen work at a student composer's concert. This year, the winning work, premiered by Dr. Christopher Hotaling, was Doina and Hora for solo tuba by Nathan Wright Bueno de Mesquita. Over the past academic year, over 200 student works have been created and performed in concerts, masterclasses, and workshops. The Ethos New Music Society selects the Ethos Laureate Prize to represent the best of those works. This almost never happens, but the 2025 Laureate Prize goes to 6 mycological miniatures for woodwind quintet by Nathan Wright Bueno de Mesquita. I should also mention that Nathan will be attending Peabody in the fall for his master's and studying with Felipe Lara. So congratulations again. And now I would very much like to introduce Father Sean Duggan to the podium.
The piano area is very fortunate to have a number of scholarships specifically for piano majors. Some of these go to prospective students and then are renewed. Sometimes we are able to give an award to a current student. And the list you see on your program includes scholarship renewals, new awards, and awards to incoming students. Because they are mixed together, we'll just ask the recipients and their current students who are here to stand when your name is called. Just stay in your place, but stay standing, and then we'll hold our applause until we're done naming everybody, and then we'll give everybody who's standing applause. And then pianists, see me afterward to get your letters. All right, so the Bromley Scholarship is awarded to Johnny Fasano and James Runfola. The Lisa N. Burkett Scholarship is awarded to Ethan Milea. The Elizabeth S. Carlion Scholarship is awarded to Matthew Pulick. The Robert Jordan Scholarship is awarded to Anthony Fico, Cindy Way, and Brandon Mendez. The Claudette Sorrell Scholarship is awarded to Josephine Burley, Trevor Napoli, and Mary Meyer. And finally, the Bob and Betty Young Scholarship is awarded to Meredith McIntyre, Nakai Weeks, Maze Drum, and David Colley. Please applaud all of these wonderful pianists. Thank you, pianists. You may be seated. And now, and don't forget to get your letter from me afterwards after we end this celebration. And now, please welcome Dr. Vernon Huff and the choral awardees to the stage.
When I started here, my hair was all brown and I was not wearing these. The Lauren Miller Memorial Award was established in honor of a student who lost her life while still an undergraduate. It is for a student who has provided outstanding service to the choral area of the School of Music. This year's winner is Margaret Maggie Schaefer. The Gerald Gray Scholarship, named for our late music professor and director of choral activities, Gerald Gray, is for an outstanding graduate or undergraduate student in the choral program. The awardee this year is Ashley Zelazinski. The awardee of the Donald and Betsy Lang Scholarship for a music education major with choral excellence in choral music is selected in consultation with the voice faculty. This year's award goes to Brendan Mathewson. And the Anastasio Rossi Scholarship is a renewable award for a graduate choral music student who maintains a 3.5 GPA. This year's recipient is also Ashley Zelazinski. And now please welcome Dr. Angela Haas to the podium and the voice area awardees to the stage.
The Hillman Memorial Opera Association specifies that one vocal major be presented with a non-renewable scholarship at the Convocation each year. The voice faculty is pleased to present this award to Mia Sorgi. The Charles Eichenberg Scholarship is awarded to a voice major who excels academically and has outstanding accomplishments in voice or opera performance. This year, the Eichenberg Award goes to Gabrielle Gantz. Kimberly Iannuzzi Paderni is a 1990 Fredonia graduate. The Iannuzzi Scholarship is for a junior or senior who exhibits exceptional character, is reliable, and is committed to trying his or her best. The award goes to Jackson Kelly. The John Dubnicki Senior Scholarship was established by his daughter Teresa, a long-standing supporter of the Hillman Opera and Rockefeller Arts Center. The award goes to Amy Adams. Amy is unfortunately working right now and was not able to attend today, but congratulations to Amy. The David Evans Voice Performance Scholarship, named for a longtime former voice professor, is for a voice major who demonstrates the highest levels of musical talent and academic excellence. The awardee is Gunnar Nowicki. The Daniel and Lori Tremuta Scholarship is named for Fredonia's former Associate Vice President for Enrollment Services and for one of our beloved voice professors, Lori Tremuta. The award is for a student majoring in musical theater, performance, or music education, and maintaining a 3.0 GPA. The awardee is Zach Formhals. '81 Fredonia graduate Barbara Kilduff was a winner in several prestigious national and international competitions, made her Metropolitan Opera debut in 1987, and performed in many of the world's most prestigious opera houses. The Kilduff Scholarship for an outstanding vocal performer goes to Michael Burns. The Hartung Derby Matisse Scholarship is for a vocal performance or music education major with academic achievement and contributions to the School of Music. The awardee is Paj Hussain. The Robert and Deborah Horn Statura Scholarship is for a rising sophomore, junior, or senior vocal performance major with interest and talent in the study of opera performance. This year's award goes to Caitlin Owen. Congratulations, everyone. Now please welcome Dr. Ji-Yun Woo and the SAI awardees to the stage. Jackson.
The purpose of the Sigma Alpha Iota Scholastic Award is to recognize academic achievement among SAI members. It is presented by the head of the music school to the senior member with the highest scholastic average. This year's award goes to Samantha Mason. The SAI Sword of Honor Award, a tiny gold sword, is given to a member who has fulfilled all duties in each office she has held in an outstanding manner. She has shown strong leadership within the chapter, and she has submitted all the required report of the offices to the province officer and appropriate national officer. The Sword of Honor Award is presented to Madison Abbott, Esther Duclair, and Kaylee Kocher. The SAI Ruby Sword of Honor is a gold sword adorned with a ruby, symbolizing the recipient dedication and exceptional contributions. It is awarded to individuals who have demonstrated commendable leadership, active campus involvement, significant service to the fraternity, and a high level of academic achievement. This honor goes to Taylor Rakovic. The Sigma Alpha Iota Collegiate Honor Award recognizes outstanding contributions to chapter and school. This year's recipient is Madison Abbott. Now please welcome back to the stage Dr. Rob Dimmer and the awardees from other areas.
We'll probably have to meet halfway because I'm not sure if I know every single one of your names. But Frank Pagano was a 3-term mayor of Fredonia and is chairperson of the SUNY Fredonia College Council. His wife Maureen is a flutist, so the Frank and Maureen Pagano Scholarship is for a music education or performance major whose instrument is flute and who maintains a 3.0 grade point average. The awardee is Samantha Mason. The Susan Royal Flute Scholarship, named for our former flute professor, is for a strong performer who approaches life with joy, persistence, courage, and compassion for others. The award goes to Annabelle Mercure. The School of Music Bassoon Scholarship is for an outstanding bassoon major, either new or returning. This year's award goes to incoming student Karina Tate. Alfred Björlin was an art professor at Fredonia for many years. His scholarship is for the most outstanding member of the guitar studio during the past year. The Björlin Award goes to Luke Villavincenzio. The Greg Snow Music Technology Scholarship is for a sound recording technology student who has excelled in the studio and in the rigorous curriculum. The awardee is Nathan Wilson. The Herbert and Lois Harp Scholarship is named for the longtime trumpet professor Herb and his wife, pianist Lois. It goes to an outstanding current sophomore or junior brass major with a 3.0 grade point average. This year's awardee is Matthew Basin. practiced his name, and I still screwed it up. There we go. The Robert and Kay Marvel Scholarship is for significant musical and academic achievements. This year's recipient is incoming student Reese Wolf. The Fraser Percussion Award is for a percussionist with superior talent and promise in the field. The award goes to Lisa Lape and Zachary Cole. The Stonefeld Percussion Award is for a returning percussion major who demonstrates a high level of service, dedication, and leadership. This year's recipients are Daniel Huang and Gabriel Mark. The Granger Discretionary Scholarship is awarded to an incoming graduate percussionist. This award goes to Greg Valentine. The John Mayer Oboe Scholarship is awarded to an outstanding oboist. This year's recipient is Jordan Canick. Finally, the Rudy Emerson Scholarship is awarded to a full-time music student majoring in tuba. This scholarship is awarded to Ivan Mofardin. Now, please welcome Dr. Rick Webb and the Scholarship Committee awardees to the stage.
There's also a category that indicates special musical recognition toward the end of the list, so could I have those recipients come to the stage as well? Please. And why don't you come to the podium, just walk down here to accept your award? Well, not yet. When I call your name, sentence structure is important. The awardees so far have been chosen by segments of the music faculty. The next group was chosen by the Scholarship Committee, which represents all applied areas, and thus are more school-wide awards. And I apologize if I mispronounce any names. The Franchella Widmer Scholarship is for an upperclassman who demonstrates musical talent, strength of character, and outright determination. The award goes to Ivan Mofardin. It is my pleasure to present the Barry and Kathy Kilpatrick Excellence Award. For a student who demonstrates musical excellence, this year's recipient is Denai Kalpaki. Lawrence Schaffler was a pianist who taught in the School of Music from 1933 to 1963. The award to be presented to a music major of unusual ability goes to Catherine Polanski. The Anthony S. Strakalski Scholarship is given each year to a student majoring in music who has shown strong academic ability and musical talent. The awardee is Dominic Townsend. Go listen to some Franco Corelli later. The Vincent Moret Memorial Scholarship was established in memory of a Fredonia graduate who founded Mark Educational Records in Clarence, New York. The award's criteria are general. Select an outstanding music student, and this year's recipient is Vincent Conlon. The Pommet Concertmaster Award. We have two recipients. Is presented to a student of junior standing who shows excellent character, a minimum grade point average of 3.0, outstanding musical talent, and exemplary service to the School of Music. Our two awardees this year are Samantha Torino and Samantha Mason. I just laughed. The James Mackenzie Horbett Scholarship recognizes the efforts of a full-time music student. This year, the award goes to Denai Kalpaki. The Dr. Richard Scheel Scholarship, Scheel, I apologize. Scheel? Okay. Is awarded to a full-time student in music. This year's recipient is Maya Rose Waletsky. The Lucia Gracia Bolton Scholarship is for an outstanding college student who exemplifies the values of motivation, hard work, honesty, integrity, and commitment. The recipient must be a music major entering the junior year with at least a 3.0 grade average. This year's award goes to Canberra Beauchamp. The Corinne Gast Scholarship goes to a deserving music student, and we are happy this award this year goes to Alexi Fuentes. And the Dorothy E. Still Scholarship is awarded to a full-time student in music, and this student has certainly earned these awards. This year's recipient is Denai Kalpaki. We are recognizing 4 students for musical achievements. First, the concerto competition winners for 2025 would Catherine Polanski and Che Dixon. Oh, you're getting a different one. I was so impressed. Okay. Paul LaGreca, I'm so sorry, Paul. Performer certificates are being awarded to Che Dixon and Jaden Penseal. I'm so Once again, congratulations to the Scholarship Committee and the Special Musical Award recipients. Why don't you give them another round of applause as they leave? Next, we need to do some things that are not shown in the program really quickly. First, to recognize students who hold recruitment scholarships, and we will ask some of those people to be recognized in a second. At this time, we're going to be honoring our soon-to-graduate students. So at this time, we're going to ask all these students who are receiving bachelor's and master's degrees, who have their cards with them, to line up, starting right over here. So come down this aisle by Dr. Stringham. and then form a big chain, however you'd like to do it around back here. While they're getting set up, we would like to welcome to the stage our saxophone quartet. Please welcome the Sonos Saxophone Quartet, Ian Leonard on soprano, Sophia Arcuri, did I pronounce that correctly, Sophia? On alto, Matthew Lasher on tenor, and Matthew Schnaffer on bari sax, performing Diversions in Denim, the fifth movement Shindig by Carl Anton Worth. Thank you for your performance. Before we recognize our graduates, we have several names on scholarships that we've awarded today. Our former music professors whose photos are on our emeritus wall outside of Deers. Recipients of scholarships with these names: Schaffler, King, Gerritsen, Richardson, Arnold, Phillips, Williford, Milgram, Luderman, Marsh, Jordan, Sorrell, Gray, Lang, Evans, Royal, Harp. You should look until you find that professor's photo sometime. They were real people who helped create the Fredonia School of Music that we know today. For students who are receiving scholarship renewals, if you know of the renewal you're receiving, if you wouldn't mind standing up for a second, endowed by one of our donors today. And thank you for bearing with the rookie up here who got his sheets out of order here. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Stringham, Dr. Haas, and Dr. Huddling to introduce our graduates for 2025.
All right, graduates. Let Dr. Stringham get set. Ready? Okay. Thomas Stone.
Layla Hollis.
Hannah Rich. Chelsea Suba.
Lucas Cochran. Alyssa Schimmel.
Maxwell Baxter.
Allison Romaine.
Isabella Mowers.
Margaret Nagar.
Anna Evans.
Alicia Cluck.
Krista Kohlberg.
Che Dixon.
Tamam O'Day.
John Reed.
Justin Brooks.
Brent Hetrick.
Hannah Schubring.
Stephanie Reed.
Michael Hamill. Theodore Vandeven IV.
Nicholas Galdemus.
Ashley Zelazinski. Gabrielle Gantz.
Mia Mandino.
Philip Mara.
Bryce McCandless.
Nicholas Cristoforo.
Joseph Kelly.
Nathan Wright Bueno de Mesquita.
Madison Abbott.
Betty Stevens.
And this is Bug Medrano.
Taylor Rakovic.
Maya Anna.
Kayla Coleman.
Nicholas Patilio.
Samuel Guzzo.
Jacob Dove.
Cassandra Cerrone.
Chloe Springer.
Jack Oliver.
Aaron Quinn.
Aaron Meekum.
And Boaz Meekum.
John Klowicki.
Jaden Pensil.
Dylan Hickey.
And Nathaniel Reyes.
Congratulations to all the graduates, and we'll see you next Saturday, if not before. And now it is my privilege to invite to the stage Professor Emeritus Daniel Ehas and SUNY Distinguished Teaching Professor Julie Newell.
Well, what a privilege and an honor it is for me to have been invited to give an introduction to my best buddy here at Fredonia, Julie Newell. So many of these things that I'm about to list off are things that you probably already know. It's on the website. If you've done any research before you came here as a student, you probably already know these things if you've taught here for a while, you probably already know these things. And we'll get through that pretty quickly because I've got a whole list of things that you probably don't know that might be very interesting to you. Okay, so for the things that you probably already know, but are worth repeating over and over and over again. Julie is a Fredonia alumna in music education, and in her last year, she added performance. She did both degrees. She student taught. She's a music educator in public schools and at the college level. She's a SUNY Distinguished Teaching Professor as well. She's a SUNY Chancellor's Award recipient for excellence in scholarship and creativity. She's a SUNY Research Foundation Award winner for excellence. She's a SUNY Alumni Achievement Award for excellence. She's the Jesse Hillman Award recipient for excellence. She's the SUNY Fredonia Hagen Young Scholar Artist Award recipient. Notice how many times I said the word excellence. This is the vision of excellence right here. By the way, she happens to be an outstanding performer as well. And I had the great opportunity back in the spring of 1993 with our former colleague Patrick Mason. We traveled to Syracuse to see her perform in the opera La Bohème, where she performed the role of Mimi. And I can say, with all bias, she was the absolute best Mimi I have ever seen. True to artistry from the beginning to the end. Musically, vocally, dramatically, everything. It was an amazing production, and she was a standout. Years later, I was able to go with Professor Janice Peterson to see her do the role of Micaela in Carmen at Shays in Buffalo. I remember her performance. It was outstanding. She was riveting from the moment that she stepped onto the stage. I don't remember any of the other performers. They were okay. But she was amazing. And we get to work with her every day. This is how things worked around here when I first came. She was on the search committee that hired me. Big mistake. But I remember the end of my first semester here very well. And you could correct me if I'm missing something here, but it was one of the end of semesters, like you all experience here. She was away singing Beethoven 9 or something in Seattle. She came back and she did a world premiere of Ted Fraser's piece that was impossible to sing on no rehearsal, and the following night did a recital at the president's house, all while still maintaining her studio, teaching makeup lessons and so on and so forth. We finally got to the end of 4 long days of voice juries. That's like from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. each day, so lots of juries in 10-minute intervals. When we finished that, we were all kind of exhausted, and I think it was Pat Mason who suggested that we go and have dinner somewhere. There used to be a restaurant called The Fireside, and we all decided that we would go and have dinner together and celebrate the end of the semester. So it was a dark and snowy night in Fredonia. And we went to The Fireside, and we're having a little conversation. So Patrick Mason, myself, Miss Newell, and Phyllis East. It was unusual for Julie to be quite so quiet. We had ordered drinks and we were ordering dinner, and she saw something on the menu called meat, stuffed meat. It was filet mignon stuffed with filet. When the food came, she didn't speak a single word. We were all enjoying each other's company, and it wasn't until the end of the meal we noticed that she was still eating, and asked her, Julie, when was the last time you ate? And she said, well, I don't know. Let's see, I was in Seattle, and I came back and I did this recital, and then I did Ted Fraser. It's been about 3 days or so. But that really, it's a fun story, and it's true, but it's just to illustrate the amount of dedication putting her students and the work here at Fredonia before herself. Now, there are some things that you may not know about Miss Newell, and I really want to be the one to share them with you. You may not believe this, but she was the leader in technology at SUNY Fredonia. Maybe she doesn't believe it. Well, before we had individual phone lines in each office, we used to have this thing called a party phone line system. Do any of you know what that is? Okay, well, there would be one phone number for 5 different faculty members, and everybody had their own special ring. Ring, 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 right? 5 different codes for each individual. The phone call was always for Julie, so no one ever answered their phone. It just so happened, because she was so busy out performing and doing master classes and so on, that she found this technology called pocket mail. Does anyone know what that is? It was sort of like an old form of email before we had computers in our offices. And so she kept in contact with everybody using pocket mail. You remember that?
I do. I still have it.
So she is the leader in technology. I don't think you use it anymore.
No.
Okay. Something else you may not know is that though she's been in charge of and had run Hillman Opera for many years, she came back as an alumni performer in the Hillman Opera. That's sort of what led you to come back here to begin with. She's also been a producer of the Hillman Opera. I would call her the glue between the theater and dance and opera department. Sometimes not always working efficiently, let's say, but she was the one that brought everyone together to make this machine work. She's been in charge of fundraising, grant writing. She's been a backstage assistant and costume assistant and fixing things, a makeup artist, philanthropist, financier, and in charge of Chautauqua run-out programs for elder hostels, which we had done several times together. I'd like to call her a first responder. She runs into the trouble to see how she can help diffuse and resolve situations. One tragedy that could have happened, but she saved the day, was when we had a successful, almost tragic performance of Le Nozze di Figaro, where the Figaro lost his voice the night of the performance, actually the day of the performance. But rather than panic and contact everybody and tell everyone, ooh, we're in trouble, cancel the show, she didn't do that at all. She just happened to call up an old friend of hers from Syracuse who just happens to have sung at the Met and has sung this role before. And he showed up during the day to rehearse all the recits with the interesting cuts that we had with the pianist. And then, right before the show opened, she introduced us to the offstage Figaro voice. John Davies, do you remember that? Yeah. So she saved the show. No one really knew what was going on. No one panicked. She kept everyone in control. We had a great performance. In the subsequent weekend, the Figaro got his voice back and everything was fine. But the show must go on, and she was the one who made that happen. You may not know, and so it's important for me to share this with you, that Rausch Recital Hall, it was at one of these Hillman Opera run-out programs that she met Juliette Rausch and Juliette Rausch's sister, and thus began the relationship that ultimately turned into a major donation and the building of the very space that you are sitting in right now. She served as the executive director for Winneco for many years, creating a vast number of opportunities for our students and faculty. She and our colleague Paul Makovac in the theater department developed the Lyric Theater International, and they took students to Japan and to Italy, right? That was a major event. From that Italy event, and one of our former students, conductor Christian Capacaccio, she met our colleague Stefania Donzelli. Stefania was working at the conservatory in Pescara, Italy, and through Julie's work back and forth with these group of Italians performers and educators, she actually financed a residency that brought about 8 musicians and administrators to our college that led to fulfilling an exchange program with the conservatory in Italy. Thank you very much. She was the general manager for Syracuse Opera. She served as stage director for Buffalo Philharmonic, the Syracuse Opera, Winneco, and done some special projects, including a PBS broadcast with Central New York of No Cowards in Our Band, which is a work about the life and writings of Frederick Douglass. I think that was during COVID. Yeah. She created and has now maintained and expanded upon the Hillman Opera Buffalo Philharmonic collaborations. I'm not sure that I have these all right, so correct me if I'm wrong, but Così fan tutte, Carmen, Magic Flute, and most recently, La Traviata. Am I missing any?
No.
Okay, great. I'm going from memory, so I didn't know them all.
He knows this better than I do.
But this created great opportunities for all of our alumni, our current students, and some faculty. And I will say, it was nice to see our president at one of the performances, and there was a talk before the opera. It was very, very positive. Joanne Folletta, the conductor of the Buffalo Philharmonic, was so positive about her experience with you and our students and what's going on at Fredonia. It was an amazing event, and I'm really thankful for that. It speaks well of Julie, but also speaks well of what's happening at our school. I would say, just as an aside, it doesn't seem like the BPO is seeking out this kind of collaboration from any other colleges right now. I mean, there are other ones in the area, but it's us, and it's because of her. When I first became the interim director for the School of Music, I met with June Miller-Spann and the former director, Mel Unger, and they were developing a program for the Choral Visiting Artist program that we had here for 3 years. They gave us funds that we could use over a 3-year period. And I put together a committee, and the committee worked on several different ideas. It was during COVID, so it took a little while to get off the ground. But I can tell you that as soon as Julie became a member of our committee, she took all of the information that she heard from all of the others, she coalesced it, and made the first big move forward. That helped us to solidify, and we were actually on the phone with her. Our first visiting artist was Chen Yi, and that was because of you. You made that connection. And lastly, I just want to leave with a few personal traits that I think are very important. Julie's always had creative vision. She's a creator. She creates all kinds of things, musical things, personal relationships. It's an amazing thing that she does just because of who she is. She's a facilitator, a resolver, a first responder, a finisher, a diffuser, a supporter, and a selective escape artist. Yes, you heard me right, a selective escape artist. Julie has this way of speaking to someone, and in the nicest way, excusing herself and leaving her colleague in the place to resolve this issue. So I mean no offense when I say this, but this is a true story, and you might remember this. We were having an audition day, and it was a very large audition day, and we were in the room together, and there was a very passionate mother who wanted to speak to Julie. And so she was speaking to her in the hallway, and I was trying to make my way out. And Julie said, "Oh, this is my friend Dan. Have you met Dan?" And the woman, the mother, said, Well, my daughter wants to come here, but she doesn't want to study with anyone who doesn't know about resonance. Do you know about resonance? Oh, Dan knows everything about resonance. And she smiled and left me with this woman. I'm still talking to her. Or she's still talking at me. I would say that Julie also knows and can sing the lyrics to almost every top 40 song from the 1950s to present. I don't know how she does it, but she knows them all. She also knows the stats of most NCAA basketball players, their teams, what the scores are, and she even participated in fantasy football, right? Okay, so to me, this is just my perspective. For anyone struggling to determine the qualities of SUNY Fredonia that make it unique, and especially in the School of Music, it's people like Julie. You know, if you know, you know. And if you don't, you better learn. She, along with former Voice area colleagues like our friend Patrick Mason, David Evans, the former chair, PJ Carone, and her college roommate, Lori Tremuta. They were the major contributors to this positive culture of excellence in the School of Music and across campus. She's the kind of performer, teacher, and colleague that raises everyone around her. And she makes everyone feel like $1,000,000. She is what we like to call the special sauce at Fredonia. She has created a significant, indelible, and long-lasting imprint on SUNY Fredonia and the School of Music. Her presence and her legacy will continue to inspire and support our school and our students well into the future. Congratulations to Distinguished Professor Julie Newell.
Thank you, everyone, so much. I'm just going to be very quick, and it's because this is a celebration of commencement. Dan, thank you for your beautiful words that I will treasure forever. Thank you for all the fun times and all the work, and I look out at my colleagues, and there was a reference, thank you, Dr. Webb, to the pictures that are in the hallway outside Deers, and when I confess that I know a larger percentage of those people than I don't, then I guess that explains why I'm here as a retirement celebration today. I just want to say, so that I make sure I get through all of this, that I first came to the Fredonia campus on Columbus Day weekend of 1977. Don't do the math. It'll fry your head, with my beloved mom and dad, who would take me anywhere to look for anywhere to go to school. I fell immediately in love with Fredonia. Even the students at that time, they met us, they greeted us, they held the door for us, they asked if they could help. And there was something that you could feel inherent in the atmosphere. I learned that from my professors here. I learn it every day from my beloved colleagues that I look out and see here today. My brother Bill and my sister-in-law Linda have supported me throughout this journey ever since I was that runny-nosed teenager that had no idea what I wanted to do. My biggest goal was to try to change the world and change the 8th grade changing boy's voice. That was my reason for coming into music education. I'm still working on that one, so music education people, maybe there's a book in there somewhere, but I don't have it yet. But for those of you who are about to graduate and those of you who are going to graduate in the near future, I want to tell you that my Fredonia piece of paper is the most important piece of paper of my life. It's given me the wings to carry me to places I never, ever could have possibly imagined. I came here in 1989 to be a one-year sabbatical replacement. So for those of you who are new on our faculty, you look what happens 35 years later. You're still here because this is a beloved and treasured environment, and there's a special sauce. But I can't leave without us all doing something together, because this is a cherished tradition that I don't want us to lose. You'll see oftentimes in an email, I'll put Hail Fredonia. That goes back to my days in college. So would you all please join me in a giant, as loud as you possibly can, Hail Fredonia. Hail Fredonia! Thank you so much, everyone.
Oh, it was so cool. At this time, we would like the Fredonia Camerata to assemble on the stage while I offer some final remarks. We offer a continued thank you to all of our donors and benefactors. Your support provides immeasurable opportunities for these young musicians. Please join us for a reception featuring Let's try that again. Please join us for a reception featuring light refreshments in the lobby following the performance. Thank you all for coming. To conclude our program, we have a very special performance by the Camerata, and Professor Brent Weber was going to do the Italian pronunciation of your name. Yeah. What he said. With a short work, Where Go the Boats, written by a graduating master's student, Nick Patilio. Thank you.
Oh, yes. And those of you who don't know, our wonderful accompanist is Andrew John.
Oh